The party
Guy
was lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
This is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do and will upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm way more excited than you. You looked a little more stressed than me with the whole, wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, anyways, okay, so all right, you guys, so on this episode we are going to be reviewing the movie The Frighteners, which I'm going to just tell you right now that I love this movie to death.
So much.
I love this movie so much. Before we get started, though, I am going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking? And of course, Vetta, we'll start with you.
Well, I am drinking a drink. Hold on, I gotta pull it up, the ingredients. It's called Fright Night Fizz. I can't.
Oh, look at you.
I know the ice all melted, so I gotta like keep pushing the straw because it keeps trying to jump out and attack me. So,
nice.
It's vodka, blue curacao, lime juice, and Sprite. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am having a wine. It's not white. I was going to do white, but then I was like, no, I have a sweet red. It's delicious.
Well, he likes red, the husband. He's been making her suck it down for years. I have a backup as well. The lovely Monaco's, as always.
Oh, right on. Okay, so I wanted to ask you real quick. This movie came out in 1996. Oh, the days. And I wanted to ask you, did you see this movie in theaters or
No.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't see it until like a little while after it had came out on VHS or DVD, whatever was around back then.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, what did you think about the first time you had watched it?
I loved it. I don't know why people say it was a flop, because I don't ever remember not loving this. So,
right on. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I loved it when it first came out, when I first saw it. And I love it now. This movie's so good. It's like ridiculous. It's like,
I know. Yeah. It's so great.
Yeah, rewatching it brought back so many memories and everything.
And it's got the creepy guy in it that no matter what movie he's in, he's always the creepy guy from...
I was going to talk about Jeffrey Combs. He plays Milton. I was going to talk about him because he is just, that actor is just like the best. I love him so much.
The best, but no matter what movie he is in, I immediately go, oh my God, he's the crazy FBI agent.
Yeah, he's a creepy. Yeah, he always plays a creepy guy. Okay. All right, so The Frighteners. Let's get into this in just a second. But once an architect, Frank Bannister now passes himself off as an exorcist of evil spirits. To bolster his facade, he claims his special gift is the result of a car accident that killed his wife. But what he does not count on is more people dying in the small town where he lives. As he tries to piece together the supernatural mysteries of these killings, he falls in love with the wife of one of the victims and deals with a crazy FBI agent. All right, so let me pull this movie up real quick and we will get into talking about it. Okay, so it starts off like on this creepy house. Now, I just want to say right now, this house where Patricia and her mother live, even though it's like all like, you know, disheveled a little bit, I still love it. I'm all like, this house is amazing. So
oh yeah, it's definitely got that old spooky charm to it for sure.
Yeah, so okay, so it's raining and everything, and we go into the house, and Patricia, she's running around the whole house, and she's all like, oh, get away from me, I don't want you near me, and this creature or whatever it is grabs her from behind this wallpaper that is a curtain, maybe a curtain. I don't know. And so she's running. She's trying to get away from this wall creature, and she runs up to her mother's room. And oh, she trips. Oh no, hold on. I forgot to go back to the mother. Hold on. I love the mother when she walks in, and she's all like, you possessed woman or something like that. I can't remember what she says, but I'm just like, this mother, I love her. She made a choice, and they wreck this stove. By the way, this stove is amazing. I always wanted one of those. Anyways, okay. So she goes upstairs, and the mother pulls out a shotgun and she shoots the floor. And then when she does, the spirit comes out of the carpet or whatever. And we get the Frighteners. And then we go, okay, so then we get the Fairwater Gazette, right? Now, I just want to say right now, the computers in this, amazing. And I also want to say that I love this little town because, first off, it says it's a small town, and it's like, well, how many people are dying in this small town so much that nobody really like they notice, but they don't like notice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because what is it? Like the first death took place in like 1985. Well, no, 1985 was when the massacres happened or something. And then the people start dying of like weird heart problems in like 1991. I'm like, 28 people dying in a small town, maybe not that big of a deal. But if that's above and beyond the natural deaths, I mean, depending on how small of a town,
Right
that's
on.
like somebody's like whole family right there, just gone.
For sure. Okay, so and I just want to say, I love this. Okay, now I know that this editor may be a bitch in this movie, but I thought I liked her because I thought she was like practical, and she's all
See,
like,
you say that, and I go, she's just doing her job.
yeah,
She's being the
exactly.
boss who's trying to sell newspapers.
Yeah, and I thought that she was like, I just thought that she was just like she came across as a bitch, but I just thought she was like, I was like, well, I just every time somebody was like, I don't know, I would just be like, well, what's your fucking problem? She's got a paper to run, all right. I don't remember what her name was, but it was like um it was like 3 names and everything. Okay, so anyway, so I did also love when she's like, and don't refer to death as a person. Okay.
I do have to say a little later, though, she's very dramatic, and I'm here
Very
for
dramatic.
it.
I'm here for it too. I love her hair. I love everything. Miss Reese Jones, is that her name?
I think
I just
so.
like, yes, Miss Reese Jones. Like, it's a hyphenated name. Gross. So this is little town. I also have to say that this town quite
It's not
charming,
that
right?
little. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a little
That's a great point too. Because well, we can talk about it more as we go along. Because I'm all like, so then we get Bannister. He shows up to this gravesite, and he's passing out business cards, right? And he gets kicked out and everything. And I'm all like, listen, when somebody was all when Miss Reese Jones was all like, go peddle your wares somewhere else or whatever, and she's like, playing off people's sympathies. I don't like people like this. I don't like people like, because I don't believe in Vetta. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in
You
ghosts?
ask me this all the
I'm
time.
gonna
I
answer.
believe in ghosts. I
Ugh,
do.
I hate you. Do you believe in what are they called?
Psychics?
Mediums
Yeah,
and psychics?
psychics, mediums. I don't know. I
Mm,
kind of I want to. I really, really want to, but I don't because I
they're
kind of feel like
charlatans.
everybody probably has a little psychic in him. It just has to be on how open. Like you, I'm
I
sorry.
haven't
A
I have
ghost
no
could sit up in
psychic.
front of you and talk to you, and you'd go to the hospital and tell them you're hallucinating.
Yeah,
Me, I'd be like, I got the power. Woo!
yeah, you're crazy. I don't understand you at all. Okay, anyways, so he gets kicked out of there, right? And
But my thing
so
is why was he passing them out at the funeral? Why didn't he just put them on their cars, like on the windshield of their cars or in the door? Like
that's a great question.
he
I
wouldn't have
don't
got
know.
kicked out then.
He wouldn't have got kicked out and everything. So, okay, so then he gets in his car and he's driving away. By the way, I just want to say, even though he's not a great driver, I do appreciate his driving because he cuts corners. He's all like, I got places to be. Like he cuts through this corner right here. I'm like, and everything. And okay, so this was directed
I
and
do
by
like
Peter
his
Jacks.
car. I just wish he had a little pride in it.
Right. Well, he hasn't got no money that for pride in anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and
He's
the editor lady's name, the reason we can't remember it is because it's a shitty name. It's Magna.
No, Magna. Yeah, that is a. So while he's driving, he crashes his car into this guy's lawn and wrecks his fence. Now, I just want to say right now. So this is Ray, and Ray is also very dramatic about his lawn. I'll tell you that right
Do
now.
you know this is the second movie where Michael J. Fox has run over a fence?
I did not know that.
In Doc Hollywood. That's why he gets stuck in the small town, because he's got to work off the fence he runs over.
Yeah.
And yes, this was filmed in New Zealand.
So, and I love how he's like, you're gonna pay for it. Damn, you bet your ass you're gonna pay for this and everything. And he's like, here's my card. And I love how he rips his card, and then as he's driving away, he's like, I got your license plate number. And I'm like, you don't need his license plate number. He just gave you his name and number. You know you could find him. Like,
see, that's what you got upset about. I'm like, dude is way too attached to his gnome.
Yeah, what did he name it? It was like its name was like Leonard or something. I was like, that's
Gonzo.
crazy. Gonzo. Like, so okay, so then while we're getting that whole mess, we go back to the creepy house from the beginning. And this is where we get introduced to Lucy. Okay. And Lucy pulls up, and Lucy is a doctor's assistant or doctor in training, not quite sure.
She's an actual doctor.
Oh, okay. Good for her. And
she's just covering for the doctor.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's covering for the. That's right. He's at the funeral
apparently that very large town is down the road to this small town. I don't know.
Exactly. So then she's there to see Patricia, because during that scuffle at the beginning, she had cut her hand. And so Patricia's mother is like, she's all like, I'm gonna have to take her to the hospital to get, this looked at. And she's like, Patricia never leaves the house. And I'm all like, yeah, I bet she doesn't. Look at those roots. And so, and I love how Patricia was all like, it hurts. And I was like, just blink twice, honey, if you need help. You know what I'm saying? Just blink rapidly. And then she sees these hurts.
I'm on the mom side though, for not letting her leave the house. Exactly.
As soon as this doctor lady finds out Patricia's past, I would have been like, I think the mom was nice. She let somebody come into the house,
Right. Not you. I would have been like, that bitch asked me to come in the house with this psychopath. What the hell?
Right on. Okay, so Jordan says something. She said, Jeffrey Combs is insane in this movie, but really funny too. Agreed. Okay, so then she's like, so she tells the doctor, she's like, you need to get the hell out of my house and everything. I love this Dracula look she's got going on, this Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right?
I do. Yeah, I do love it. I do love it. What was I calling when I was watching this? I was drinking that also. What I kept calling like hair titties or something. I was like, what's up with the hair titties? So, okay. So then, and then I love this. I love this shit talking about her daughter right here. So she's like, you don't know what kind of daughter my Patricia is. They said it was an accessory after the fact, but I know it was cold-blooded murder. And I'm like, man, you are a shit talker. I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry. She's now living in this house. She petitioned the governor to have her released from the insane asylum, and she's living in the house, and she knows her daughter's a cold stone killer.
Yeah. Oh. I was like, man, Patricia's mom is
gets
mean.
what she deserves. She asked for it.
Yep. So then we get the backstory of Patricia and her boyfriend, which her boyfriend is Johnny, which we'll find out.
Johnny Bartlett.
So there was a massacre at a hospital, and Johnny Bartlett went and killed 12 people. And she's like, I love how he's like, got me scored 12. That's more than, what did he say?
Patrick, whatever.
Yeah. I can't remember what he said. Yeah.
I'm terrible tonight with the names. What the hell?
Yeah, you're usually on board with that stuff. And then I love this little documentary. And it's like Patricia, she's like, that's her. And then while she's doing that, her husband is working out and everything and exercising. And I love this documentary. He could be saying, I got me a score of 12. I love the way the lady said that and everything in the documentary. I was like, this lady's fun. She's down to clown. I like her a lot. So then they show and they talk about how she just recently 5 years ago got released into the custody of her mother. Okay. And then I love how Ray is all like, yeah, you're not going back up there to talk to
And he's
that
like, they should have
psycho.
fried her with Bartlett. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
probably.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be out of the nut house. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I wouldn't have believed her. I'm like, if like they knew she was there, and I'm all like, which I
And
want to talk.
she was a 15-year-old girl in love with a 20-something-year-old guy. I'm like, don't believe her. She's been manipulated. Don't believe her.
Yeah. It's yeah. I have thoughts and questions and stuff. But okay. So while they're sitting there chit chatting, and Ray's all like, and she's like, Ray, some women just get caught up with the wrong man. Anybody can understand. And I was all like, yeah, Ray, that was a shot at you,
That was a
buddy.
dig at you, Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, that was a dig at you.
Yeah. And I
You
love
made
how he
a
gets
mistake.
yeah. Yeah, she is. She made a mistake.
But don't
So
worry,
anyway,
she gets out of the mistake quite quickly in this movie.
yes. And I love right here. Okay, so I love how he's like, oh, what does he say? The tiger's getting frisky. And I'm all like, you're all sweaty, dude. Go take a shower. I mean, but I guess some people are into that. Anyways, but so plus, yeah, okay. So then he's all kissing her, and then he sees the card. And he's like,
and he gets like triggered like nobody's business.
Nobody's business.
He goes from bow chicka wow wow to
yeah, he is
like so fast.
He's straight up pissed. He's like, I'm pissed. And so he's all like, I thought I threw this out. And then she's like, what that? So as that's going on, right? All of a sudden, the bed starts levitating with what's her face on top of it. And I like how he's all like, oh my, he's like he's alive. And then the little Elvis statue comes across the thing and everything. That makes me laugh every time. And then she's like, get me off this bed. And he gets her off the bed, and they hide in the corner. And then this little Raggedy Ann doll just starts attacking them.
I love it. Sorry. Any possessed doll is creeping me out. They creep me out even not being possessed. So
yeah, I don't like
this would happen, I'd be out. There'd be a Kool-Aid man shaped out the wall.
Yeah, and then I love how he attacks it with a pillow, and then the turkey right. The turkey comes down the hallway, and she calls Frank. She's like, "Hey, Frank, we need some." And I love how he's like, "We don't need that guy. He sucks or whatever."
He's like, "There's an explanation for this. The police can handle it." And I'm like,
yeah.
Have you seen the sheriff? I don't think so.
So Frank has been waiting for this call like all day. He's all like, "Let's do this" and everything. So he shows up. And he's like, they're like, it just stopped 5 minutes ago. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, and then he goes, was the table spinning around counterclockwise? And they're like, no. And he's like, was the toilet seat banging up and down? And they're like, no. And he's like, did the bed levitate? And they're like, yes. And he's like, spontaneous.
She's like, with me on it.
Yeah, he's like spontaneous.
As if that makes it a bigger.
Yeah, right. Like so it's like, oh, this is the worst I've ever seen it. And I'm like, I bet it is.
No, my favorite is his contraption to catch the.
Oh, his coffee maker?
Yeah. I'm like, is that what it was? Because I'm seriously like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah. So they've decided to forego the lawn and the fence, and he will work and everything. So he gets his coffee maker going, and then it dings, and out comes the coffee bag. I love how he's like, you've got 5 ectoplasm spirits in here. I'm like, how do you know there's 5 in there? Oh, he said 6. How do you know there's 6 in there? How do you know there's 6 in there? How you like it's just a little coffee bag.
He's like, sorry, when we meet ghosts in this movie, they're way bigger than that little bag.
Yeah. So he puts them down the garbage disposal. And then
they didn't feel any pain. So the book says.
Yeah. Yeah. So the book said, that's great. Yeah, I remember that now that you say that. And so he looks at Ray, and he sees, what is that, 37 on there?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, huh. And he makes him get out of his house with his own water gun with holy water. And so Ray gets home, and out pops the ghost from the trunk. And here we get introduced to his 2 ghosty friends, which are Cyrus and what's the other one's name? This kid. Stuart.
Yep.
I was going to say Stan. So Stuart and Cyrus, and they're all like, we ain't sitting in the trunk. We need to be treated better. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I don't want you to get your.
They're ghosts. Why do they have to sit in the trunk? Who's going
to see them? they get their ectoplasm all over the
Because
place.
he
But
sits in the back seat so much.
that's true. And it's not like his car is exactly like, crystal clean, So I did like he's like, we're gonna start the Dead Brothers
He's gonna
Society
march.
of yeah, and he's like the double ACP or whatever, and I'm like, good for you. And so so Stuart can't walk through stuff because he's very tense and everything. He's not as chill as Cyrus. And I love how he's all like, and I'm going to tell him, we're not going to take this crap anymore. And he's like, do you say something, Stuart? And he's like, no, and everything. And so they're mad. So this is his house, right? His house is very not put together, but looks like it might have been nice. It could have been nice. It could have been nice.
Well, he used to be architecture.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if he'd have finished it.
For sure.
He's going through some shit, dude.
He is going through some shit. So he's showering in his makeshift shower, which I'm all like, good for you. And he's all like, and so he comes out and everything. And he's like, you guys, listen, we need, I think he said like $5,000. So we need to
up our game,
right? And so he's all like, we need to get some rich fat cats up in this mug. And so what they do is they go to, hold on, sorry, I'm pulling it up in just 1 second. Let me find it. Oh, this whole time, by the way, he's trying to fight flies because the ghost bring flies. All right, hold on. Let me get to it. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. We got introduced to the judge here. The judge by the way, the judge is great. I love the judge.
In the olden days, he hung a lot of people.
Yeah, he did, because he was super fun.
And apparently he's a horny ghost too.
He is a very horny ghost. I want to talk about when that happens. I want to talk about that. There's stuff that I want to talk about. We just have to get to it because this is the part. This part's fun, but it's not as fun as.
It's a little slow.
Yeah. So, and I love how he's like, I should hang it up, and he's like, no, Judge, you're my best guy. You're my number one and everything. He's like, there's something going on in this town. And so they pretend to be the Grim Reaper or whatever. So anyways, so he gets a bill and he's like, we need to up our game, guys. And we're at these rich people's house. And I love how this woman, so this woman is not taking care of her kids. This is bad parenting 101, by the way. I just want to say that.
Well, she's clearly got triplets. And I'm like, man.
Are they triplets though? Because that little girl looks
small children at the same age, aren't they?
I don't think so. I think that baby in the jumper thing in the door looks a lot younger. I think there's
at least
than the
twins
girl.
And a third.
We can say twins, but I don't know about the girl.
All right.
The girl
well, you're the expert. You're a multiple. I'm not. Yeah. I'm just a norm.
Yeah, and I love how she's like, clean up, Lucy. My in-laws will be here any minute. And she's like, yes, Mrs. Whatever your face is. And I'm like, you need to calm down, whatever, Mrs. Children bring mess, okay? They're agents of chaos. So then the ghosts pick up the kids. And she's like, Mrs. Jones, God damn it, your kids are flying. And they're flying around the house, and the rich lady comes in. She's like, "Hi, babies," and everything. And they land on top of her, and they're holding one of Frank's cards, because of course they are. And he's all like, "Bannister," and she's like, "Come over." And so they go, and he's like, and then I love how the judge here is all like, "The death is hanging over this town and everything." And I'm like, yeah, because you got a dead person in your car. So he walks in and everything. He's like, oh, this is the worst I've ever seen it. And then he finally sees paper, which is calling him a con man.
And my whole thing is, did the lady forget that just a few minutes ago, her babies were flying around the room? How did he do that?
Exactly. How is he a con man when your children were floating? I was going to say the same thing. I'm like, it makes no sense.
Sorry, we called you. So then my whole thing is why did the ghost not pick it up and do more?
That's a great question, because these ghosts are very unhelpful. And this Carmen Sandiego looking motherfucker right here, she's all snooty and shit. But I like I said, and you said, your kids were floating. Where are the other ghosts to just pick them up again and be all like, or grab a turkey or whatever you need to do. Grab a fucking doll.
Like it says he's a con man, not a fucking magician.
Exactly. Because I just want to be like, what, he came into your house and like was able to pick up your kid? I mean, he was, but through ghosts. Anyways, so he confronts this editor lady, Miss Reese Jones, and she's all like, Magnum. And I can't remember what she says here, but she's all like, "Yeah, lose, you know, get over
That's
yourself."
pretty much it. She does it in a very long speech, but yes, she's like, "You prey on the innocent. You're a loser. Get out of my office."
Okay, so I wanted to show this. Hold on, we'll play a little bit. Because as he comes out of the cassette, he runs into this guy right here. And this is Peter Jackson. Oh, he sees this death sign or whatever. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that's Peter Jackson, the director and writer. Well,
Yeah.
co-writer. Anyways, love Peter Jackson. Okay.
100%.
And he kind of gets hit by this car, which is Ray's funeral procession. Because there's Ray.
Man, and that was a quick turnaround on the funeral from him
Absolutely,
dying
yeah.
to a
He died.
funeral.
It was like not even a day.
Yeah.
I think it was just like bam, he's dead, and he must have died the night he went there, and then they
Yeah.
turn around was like
No, he does. They say that.
So then
Because
yeah,
on the
they do.
night, because they say Lucy and him were the last ones to
That's
see
true.
Ray alive later.
So then he's talking to him or whatnot, and he's like, "You can see me." He's like, "You need to help me because I'm in the best shape of my life or whatnot." And then all of a sudden, I had a heart attack.
I love how he thinks that Frank can just bring him back to life.
Yeah, that's great too. I'm all like, yeah, he conned ya. He's not, you're not Lazarus here, buddy. So then they go to the cemetery where we get to meet this guy
The
who
Sarge.
is Sergeant Hills. And
I love him.
Yeah, this guy is great. He's been he's been a lot of drill sergeants and stuff, but he's great. He's great.
I just love how he's making everyone stay in the graveyard. Like, is this like his legit job? Has he been given the job in the afterlife of making sure these people stay? And
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
but then how do the ones that Frank has got out? And why isn't he like being, Dog the Bounty Hunter graveyard style and going and hunting these sons of bees down and dragging them back to the graveyard?
I don't think he wants to hunt him down because then the rest can get out. But I think that I don't know how those two got out of there. But.
You don't understand how the graveyard thing goes.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
So then he is attacking.
He's beating the shit out of Frank. Come on.
And getting out his machine guns to get everybody in line.
Yeah, I think
because apparently ghost bullets can hurt ghosts, but not. I don't know how it works. Okay. Anyways, the afterlife is weird. So here we get Lucy in her ugliest hat. That's the
what the hell is that? Is that like a beret that she put on wrong?
I watch a lot of 90s movies and I see a lot of berets, and I just want to ask, Vetta, were berets really popular? Because I don't remember anybody I knew.
Berets.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody that I knew wearing them.
Baseball caps, fitted baseball caps with the nice arched rim.
Yeah.
Like people would rubber band the brims of their hat to get them just right and everything. So that's all I remember about hats berets in the 90s.
And so they're all like, she's like, bye, Ray. And they put him into the ground. By the way, they don't do this anymore.
Oh, please. She was not. She's acting all like a grieving widow, but she says bye real quick, tosses that flower, and she is out.
Yeah,
she's all, where's my money, Ray?
Yeah, she's like, fuck you, Ray. So Ray falls into the grave and he sees his body and everything. He's like, they're gonna bury me alive. And he's like, you gotta help me out. And so here we get the sheriff. And the sheriff's all like, like you said, he's all like, hey, you and his wife are the last people to see.
He's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I guess this is good for business. And I'm like,
yeah,
wow, sheriff.
Yeah. And so he So then he's all like, he's trying to get rid of the sheriff so he can get what's his face out.
Right. Out of his
grave. And so she's all like,
dirt's holding him in the ground.
Yeah. So Lucy then confronts. She's like, I think there's something more to you. I don't think you're a con man. She's like,
are you here? Does Ray have a message for me? I would love if he had a message.
Yeah. And so he's all like, yeah, Ray says he loves you or whatever. And she's like, oh, thank you or whatever. And so so this is what happened. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. Okay. So earlier while they were trying to get all, into each other. He mentions that it's their anniversary and he got them their favorite table at Xing Xing Excalibur and everything. And I'm all like, what Excalibur? But
I
I'm
think
not
it's
gonna lie.
Ray's favorite restaurant.
I just want to say right now, Excalibur looks pretty sweet. I would love Excalibur. So
It
he
looks like a medieval knights without the show, which then I'm like, what's the point if you don't get the show?
I mean, true, but I still thought I would eat dinner there. I would totally eat dinner there. Okay, so he's sitting there and he's like, Ray got you these flowers. I'm like, Ray didn't get you shit. You paid for those flowers. You don't let him take credit for it. But he's all like, order. He's like, what do you want to do? He's like, what would you like to drink? He's like, wine. Order red wine. We always get red wine. She's like, white. I never really cared for red. And he's all like, Lucy. And I'm all like,
and that's when I go, Ray is apparently a controlling husband.
or was, you know.
Or was, yeah, he's dead. He's not controlling shit now. But
yeah, so he does tell her that it's that if you read a traumatic experience can alter your perception, and that's why he thinks he can see ghosts, and he was in a car accident years back.
Yeah.
So then he's like, well, we're not here to talk about me. You are here to talk to Ray. So he's sitting right next to you. Want to go ahead and she's like, and talk to him. And she's like, Ray, actually, there was something that I want to talk to you about. The lawyers can't seem to find my money, the 16,000. And he's like, oh shit, I lost it in a bad investment. But don't tell her that. And he's like,
tell her that I'll think of something.
I'll think of something. And he's like, Lucy, it's gone. The money's gone. He's like, oh, fuck you, Ray, and everything. And so she's like, and then I love how she's all like, we didn't exactly have a good marriage. And he's like, you bitch. And I'm all,
Ray is like sideswiped by this. He has no idea that their marriage wasn't perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So then he spills, he puts his hand on Lucy's hand. He's like, you get your hands off my wife. And he tries to smack it away, but he accidentally knocks over a glass of wine. So then Frank here, he's like, I'm going to go clean this off in the bathroom. So he goes into the bathroom and he's cleaning it off and everything. I love how he like stops cleaning off because this guy comes into the bathroom and I'm all like, that's not unnormal for dudes to like clean off their anything in the bathroom and everything. It's not like you had your dick out, dude. Calm down. And this guy walks in and he's got the 38 on his forehead. And he's like, the chart is great or whatever. I don't remember what he says. And then while he's doing that, Frank sees that wall crawler on the ceiling and everything, and it goes into a stall. So he goes over there. And I love how right now you like it's like it's a good thing he was done peeing because then we'd get a sneaky peek of something we don't want to see right now. So Frank is trying to see this thing inside the thing. But while he's doing that, this guy's washing his hands. And out crawls the ghost of Christmas Past. And he just reaches right into that dude's heart. He's all like, the guy's like, eh. And I'm like, oh, it was the chili. And so he kills him through he gives it what they think is a heart attack, but yeah.
He kills him. He just kills him. He squashes his heart.
Yeah, he squashes it. And I love how this guy comes out of his body because that's the light. And he's all like, Mom. And I'm all like, oh, wouldn't that be the thing? You see your mom, you're all like, never mind. I'm just joking. I love my mom, so I'd be like, hey, mother, mommy. Okay, so then Frank's all like, he goes outside and he sees this thing up on top of the roof. And he's all like, the roof is on fire. And so the thing flies away, right? And Frank, he gets the fuck out of there and everything. And I would have got the fuck out of there too, because I'd be like, I'm not getting blamed for this asshole's death, even though he does get blamed.
There's no way he can get blamed. It's a heart attack or what looks like a heart attack. What did he reach into? It's like this whole premises of this being Frank's fault. I'm like, I'm not buying it. This is a witch hunt. Leave poor Frank alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So then while that's going on, right? The sheriff, he's up into the trying to figure out this case, and they're talking to Lucy, and this guy's all like, hey, the restaurant says that Frank, got out of there pretty quick and everything. He's
And
like, all right, bring
he
in.
came out of the bathroom and then hightailed it out of the parking lot right
Exactly. So
after
he's
the
like,
dude was dead.
exactly. So he's like, bring him in.
And the sheriff is totally on Frank's side. He's
For
like,
sure. Yeah, because he has logic and reasoning.
right?
This guy's just going around giving people heart attacks.
Oh,
How? Which
well,
we
we're
find
getting
out.
ready to meet my favorite
Oh,
character in the world here in a few scenes. And when we meet him, all logic and reason
all
goes
logic goes
right
out
out
the
the
door,
door.
which for the better.
Oh, 100%.
So then he's following the Grim Reaper, right? And he like hits it with his car or whatever. And so they're sitting here talking to Lucy, and in walks Milton. And Lucy just can't focus. She's just like, huh? What's going on here?
Because
And
a
everything.
creepy freaking dude just
Yeah,
walked in. He's
yes.
so
Yes, he's
creepy.
got the Himmler haircut and everything, and he's just look at him. Look at that little cute face. And he's like,
much.
what time did Frank Bannister leave the table? And she's like, I don't know, like 7. He's like, did he have an unordinary amount of salt on his meal? And she's like, I don't know, and everything. And then finally she's like, I don't know, I didn't have time to pay attention to that crap. And he's like, "Bleh," and everything, and I'm all like, and then he like leaves the room, and he's like, I'm sorry, because he's gonna vomit. He's like,
I can't handle when women yell at me.
and I'm all like, what a fucking pussy, yo. But I at the same time love him. So
I love him so much.
So then he's all, and then I love how he goes, you all right? And he puts his hand on his shoulder. And he's like, Sheriff, you are invading my personal bubble or whatever he says. And I'm all like, you need to calm the fuck down. All right. You just, I was like, me and you could not be friends.
No, him and I would not be friends, but I would love to have a movie of just him because he's in the FBI's cult and unexplained unit or something. He gets all the weird cases. Can we get that show?
I'm down with the sickness. I'll tell you that. Okay. So then he's all like, then he goes through and he explains Frank's past. And he talks about how Frank was an architect and he was building their dream house or whatever with his wife. And the one of the contractors had seen him or whatever. And he had inside this toolbox in his car, he had a retractable.
Do you remember what they were fighting over?
Okay, they were fighting because he had put in a basketball court and he promised her a garden. And
can I just say this? Michael J. Fox is not tall enough to own his own basketball court.
That's funny.
Frank should not.
Well, he can't help that. So he's all like, I love how he's all like, he had bought 7 retractable blades on the hardware store on 34th Street. He's like, 34th, her blade, 7. He's like, you're just mumbling and everything. And so he's like, they seen him enter Molly Court Road or whatever it is, fighting with his wife.
Can I just say Michael J. Fox needs a haircut? His former self.
I think, I'm not gonna lie, I thought his hair looked fantastic right here. I was all like, I'm digging it. I'm totally digging it.
We are not agreeing on that.
he's like, the car goes off the road. And he's like, and his wife is thrown from the car like a bunch of feet or whatever. And he's like, do you know what was really weird about this situation, Miss Lucy? I don't remember her last name. He's like, was that Frank Bannister's wife had what?
Lipsky.
Yeah. Mrs. Lipsky, is that Frank's wife had the number 13 carved into her forehead. And we couldn't find the knife or whatever. So then we're down at the docks, right? And the ghosts are all chit-chatting. And Judge, he's all like, there's death in this town. And I'm all like, I don't know. That's a lot of lights. It looks more like a city. You can just call it a city, I guess. I don't know. And you guys got docks and shit. I'm all like, okay, whatever. I'm like, yeah.
There's some pretty good sized bridges. Yeah. I'm not buying this whole small town. And look at this museum.
Yeah.
What small town has this kind of museum?
Right, exactly. The Egyptian exhibit is pretty good. Okay, so while they're sitting there chit-chatting, they see another beam of light from across town at this museum, right? So they had their way there. I thought when I rewatched this, I thought he was going to run over this sign. So he goes inside and the beam of light is coming down or whatnot. and he sees it, and it's the kid from the newspaper that wrote the story about how he's a con man.
Yes.
And
Well,
there's
because the guy is mad that they're trying to give Frank credit for his 40 kills or 37 or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point. And so she's like, "What, Mr. Bannister? Did you come here to peddle your wares again and everything?" And he's like, "You're next." She's like, "Did you just threaten me? Did you hear him? He just threatened me." It's like, you need to calm the fuck down. You have had too much
And
sugar.
I just want to know, at what point did everyone just assume he was the murderer and that was a threat? Like,
yeah,
I'm so
exactly.
confused. I'm so confused, but I'm so here for it because this is where she gets so dramatic.
Yeah. And I just want to say also, he's been living in this town for a really long, like at least 5 years, right? I'm like, and now you guys think he's just murdering people? You know, like what? What? Okay. So
Murdering people some way while he's not in the room and the person is surrounded by, dozens of witnesses.
Right,
But
exactly.
he is
yeah, right. He's just gonna
the
threaten this
serial
woman.
killer ever.
Yeah. And I love how these cops come in and they just pull their guns like right away. They're just like, "Get the fuck down, Bannister. We're gonna fucking blow you away." And I'm all like,
he threatened me because she's being all dramatic.
Yeah, and I'm all like, "You guys need to calm down."
Oh, and the judge, here comes the judge, this part. Oh.
So the Grim Reaper, he shows up, right? And he's about to take down this woman. And Judge shows up and he just starts firing away. And he gets the thing to go away for a little bit. And he's like, they don't call me okay, so he sees this Egyptian mummy, whatever lady. He's like, good teeth, good bone structure. They don't call me long hanging judge for nothing or hanging judge for nothing. I was like, ew, Judge, gross.
I was like, is that what they called you, really?
Ooh. And so he knocks over the thing, and he we'll get to that in just a second. But hold on, let me play this part right here because I love this part right here. So they're shooting at these little cats, these mummified cats. Oh, this is taking too long. Okay, so then this mummy comes to life, and it starts walking out of the little thing, right? And so it's like I laugh every time with this part because they start shooting at it, right? And they're like, good shooting, Tex, and everything. And these two ghosts are doing it, and then they finally can't hold her anywhere. They gotta drop her, and the one's all like, but she was so beautiful and everything. Okay, meanwhile, hold on, let me see.
The judge finds himself an Egyptian that he's like,
hold on, if this would just go. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna have to get to where Judge pops up. So he is sexually assaulting this corpse and everything. And I understand he's a ghost, but Judge, you know better. Okay, that woman is dead, and she is not. And then he's like, I like it when they just lay there still like that. I'm like, ew. Judge.
I'm like, that's very problematic, sir.
Yeah. What kind of person were you when you were alive? Right? I mean, like, I understand it was a different time, but it wasn't that different. I'll tell you
what kind of judge were you? Come on, that you were. I can't even with the judge.
Yeah, but I do love him. He's great. So then these guys, they're wheeling and dealing him out and everything. And then the judge is like, he's got his little 6 shooters up and he's like, I just got laid and everything. And in walks the Grim Reaper.
I'm not shooting blanks no more.
Yeah, right. And so then the Grim Reaper just cuts him in half. And they're like, Judge and everything. And then they're all heartbroken. And he punches out Mildred or whatever the fuck her name is. And Magnum PI. And he gets her and they dismantle all the cop cars and he drives away. But he's being, hunted down by the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper, he gets his little staff and he's like choking him out and everything. And he's remembering stuff while this is going on. Like he's remembered the day of his fight and he crashes his car where he crashed his car 5 years ago or whatever. And so Mildred here, she gets out. She's all like, she's like, oh, help me. And she's crying.
She's
like,
so, oh my, like, so
yeah, she's like, help me. And
right.
And he's like,
and she
Mildred
still thinks that Frank's gonna kill her. And I'm like, dude, do you not understand? This is way bigger than Frank.
Right. So then, so all of a sudden, the Grim Reaper, he attacks her, and he like tackles her hard, like he's a running back and shit. And then I was like, I would have died just from that, like that friggin', you know. But then he pulls at her heartstrings.
Well, because you're a parent and your kids have tackled you. Have you ever been tackled by your kids and you just lay there and going, I think I'm dying? That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
for sure, for sure. I remember one time when my kid it was like super freaking little. I want to say like 2 years old, and he just smacked the shit out of me. I was just like, oh, and I was like, that freaking hurt, and I was like, I want to hit you now, but I
or
can't.
before they have complete control of their neck and they like headbutt you and it never
Oh,
fails. They
yeah.
always hits the
Well,
bridge of your nose.
here's a question for you, and this is kind of a tangent. I have to take out my headphones, but why is it that when you're holding your kid and you're just like all of a sudden they just do this? And you're like, and then you almost drop them, and then you feel bad because you're like, I almost dropped my kid, but really it's them going rigor mortis on your ass, and you're like, okay, all right. Anyways, so what's her name? Magda. So she's dead now, and this is her ghost, right? And I love how she knows Frank did not kill her because she like maybe she doesn't know because she didn't see the Grim Reaper, but she's just all like, did it feel good, Frank, killing me? Did you enjoy it, Frank? Does everybody know that you're a murderer? And I'm all like, these are your last words, honey. These are your last words.
But it's so amazing. I'm here for it because she's so dramatic. Her voice, everything about it.
Yeah. So then they're all like, Frank got away. And I love how Milton's all like, the
He's
sheriff.
long gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's like, he's a very resourceful person. We are never going to see him again. He will disappear into the fabric of time or some bullshit like that. And he's behind him. He came in. And he's like, hey Frank, what's going on? He's like, I think people might have think I killed somebody. And he's like, yeah, Frank. And then Lucy's
like,
there.
No, he's like, Magna's in the back of my car. Dead.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then he's like, Lucy's all like, I know you didn't do it. I know you feel something. And he's all like, Lucy, I don't care about you. Go home. I don't care about you. I don't care about anybody. Okay. And so then she goes, and inside the back of the car is her husband. And he's all like, oh, I'm going to take care of you or some bullshit like that.
When I get out of this pickle, I'm going to take care of you. And I'm like, what? You're dead, dude.
Yeah, you're looking not so great. Yeah, that ectoplasm is not good for your skin. So then Milton here, he's like, I need some time alone with Frank and everything. And I love how he's all like, by the power invested in me and by the president of the United States, get the fuck out of here, sheriff, and everything. So
yeah, because the sheriff's not buying what the detective's selling. He's like, there's no way Frank did all this.
Yeah, it's because it's a lot of hogwash. Okay, so all right, so then he's all like, Isabella Benito Fontaine, and he's like, what? And he's like, she made a frog in Buenos Aires or whatever. She made a frog's heart explode with just her mind. And I'm all like, as soon as he said that, I was like, I call bullshit.
And even Frank like just lays his head down in his hands and is like, I'm just going to let him go through his spiel and move on with my life because there's nothing happening here for me.
Yeah. And I don't remember all of the rest, whatever he says and everything, but I love how he's all like, so Frank is shaking. He's like, why are you shaking? He's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to explode my mind right now? He's like, it's not going to work because I'm wearing a leaded breastplate. And I go, wait, what? What's going on here? Look at you, you little demon. What is going on here?
I absolutely love that, though. He rips open his shirt, and I'm like, so when someone tries to kill you, they can't get past you at all because your head's exposed, my dude. I'm super confused.
Yeah, I just want to be like, look at you, leather daddy. Okay, so okay, so then he eventually just puts Frank into a cell. And the ghosts come by and they're like, Frank, come on, what you got to snap out of it. And they're like, oh, he doesn't see us anymore and everything. And they're just like, and then so he's sitting here and he's talking. He's like, oh, he's reached the off yourself stage. And this guy's all like, but he didn't do it kind of thing. And he's like, don't worry. I'll get him to off himself. Don't worry. He's like, oh, you're kind of fucking weird, dude. So then Patricia, she goes to Frank's house. She wants answers, like real answers.
Yeah. Oh.
So she goes in because there's no locks on the doors here. They
No,
shoot
'cause it's
anybody
under
can.
construction. Ray thinks it's a shitty house. There's nothing good here, but they find the garden.
They do find the garden, but
It
Ray, I
is
like
a
that.
really nice garden. But I go, "Oh, too little, too late, Frank."
Yeah, it's got a lemon tree and everything. I don't know if the lemon tree would survive in that weather. I don't know if it would or not.
I don't know enough about gardening. Everything I try to any plant I try to keep dies. My thumbs aren't green, they're black apparently, so I don't do plants.
I did like how Ray was all like a perfectly good waste of a basketball hoop. It's like, of course.
Ray's on Frank's side as far as the basketball court goes.
Yeah. So then she goes back to
Because
Patricia.
the mom calls Frank, and there's a
Yeah,
message
that's right.
that
He's like, Mr. Bannister, my daughter has been possessed by the devil and everything. Come help me out.
Come help us immediately.
Yeah, immediately. I can pay you, in teeth jobs and everything. Or a gum job. I'll give you a gum job. Anyway, so she gets there, and I love how the mom just goes out for a pail of milk or whatever she's doing here. Like, what is she doing here, Vetta? Because she's got a pail. She leaves the door wide open, and she goes around the back. And I'm like, what is
Maybe
she
she
just?
actually has a garden that she takes care of because she sure as hell ain't taking care of the landscaping
Yeah,
on the
that's
rest
true.
of the house.
That's true. So then this is a great opportunity for Lucy to sneak in. But while she sneaks in, Ray sees the house, and the house is all 10 shades of crazy.
Scares the shit out of Ray.
Yeah, and he's dead.
And he's scared. There's a problem.
He's scared. Yeah. So she goes in, and she's like, hey, Patricia, I'm here. And she's like, oh my God, mother, if mother catches you, she'll fucking kill you. She's like, come into my room. She's all like, and she finds, so she has some ashes in her room, which we see it in the corner there.
And I just got a question for you. At some point during this movie, did you start to think that maybe even at 15, she was actually the mastermind of this whole thing?
Oh yeah. She's
And
all 10 shades of
manipulating
crazy.
Bartlett and
I mean,
everything.
that could be the case, and he's dead, so he's all like, oh, I might as well go along with it.
Right.
So she keeps what we believe is her dad's ashes in her room, and so which we'll find out later. It's really Bartlett's ashes that she keeps in her room.
Which, why do they have them? On what planet does her mom go, oh, this will remind you of the evil? I'm like, no, why?
Yeah, that's a great question. Legally, was she allowed to have those? Like, I'm just like, I don't know if that's legal. Anyways, so she's all like, let's go. They go to mother's room. Why did they go to mother's room? I don't remember.
So she could show her.
Oh yeah, about all the clippings and everything.
Yeah.
And so she's all like, and then mother comes back and she's like, yeah. See, she shows her the clippings and everything, and
Why
she's
are you in my room?
Yeah. So she's like, hey, hide. I'll get rid of mother, and then you can sneak out the house, right? And she's like, I love how old lady Bartlett or old lady Bradley is all like, what are you doing in my room? She's like, I was looking for something. I'll make you some coffee, mother. You look weary. And she's looking
at I heard something, and I'm gonna go make you coffee now. It's all good. Yeah.
It's like, me, me, us crazies. We're just, we're just hearing things and going to people's rooms and everything. Oh goodness. So while she's in the closet, right, she looks up and she sees the retractable knife that says FB on it.
Yep.
And she's like, that's Frank's knife. And while she's doing that, the ashes come to life, right? And there's this little purple light or whatever. And who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So while they're in the kitchen, she's all like, mother, coffee's ready. And Lucy gets out. But while she's doing it, Ray comes in, and Ray totally gets his face torn off, like hardcore. Like, it's really sad what happens to Ray, because look, he's like, I'm gonna help you out. And like, oh, look, he's got hamburger face.
He already looks rough. It's not like he looks super attractive.
Yeah. And look, his face is gone. It's just gone.
Yeah, but then he sees the light and he goes to heaven. He's better off.
Is that how it works when you're a ghost? Because I think he's already missed the chance.
No, because Frank tells him he'll get another chance in like a year.
Oh, okay, great. Well, that's
Did you not pay attention?
I did pay attention, you fucking asshole. I don't remember every goddamn detail.
Well, maybe you
Okay.
need to. You're literally recapping this. You should.
You fine, Vetta. You recap then, you
I'm
fucking
good. I'm
asshole.
enjoying my beverage. Thanks, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to drink here and move this friggin' mouse around. All right, anyway, so Lucy goes to see Frank and she gets let in, and this guard says to her, and I quote, "Call for me when you're done." You want to correct that? Yeah.
Do they do that?
I don't know if they do that or not. I've never been to a
I
prison.
didn't know you got like conjugal visits in jail.
So Frank, I love how Frank totally is acting like a 2-year-old here because she goes to touch him and he's like, and then she touches him again and he like tries to crawl into the wall and I'm like, Frank, that's not how physics work, buddy. So then she's all like, Frank, she's like, listen, she's like, you need to snap yourself out of it, you fucker and everything. And so while she's doing this, he pulls away and he looks at her and she has got, hold on, we gotta get it. If I could get it. Okay, it can't. Hold on. Let me just.
She's got a number on her forehead.
Yeah, she's got the number 41 on her forehead. Because now he's able to see the ghosts again and everything, and everything's all is well and everything, kind of. And then, oh Jesus Christ, this takes too long. And so then he looks at her and she's got the number, and he's like dun 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 dun, dun and everything. So the Grim Reaper's there. He's like trying to attack her, but while he's attacking them, the two ghosts are helping them out by fighting them off, but they're getting killed. Like Stuart gets killed first, and then they get out of the cell, and Milton tries to stop them, but it doesn't work. And the Grim Reaper, he kills Cyrus, and he's like, I gotta have an out-of-body experience because he's got to be a ghost so he can try to figure out all this stuff and stop this Grim Reaper guy.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to kill himself, like permanently kill himself with a gun. And Lucy's all like, "Nah, I got a better idea.
Yeah,
we'll put you we'll give you an injection, lower your heart rate, and then we're gonna freeze you. And hopefully, in 20 minutes, I can bring you back."
Yeah, hopefully. Like, which I'm all like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that Frank's a good guy and want to do the right thing, but I'd be like, how many years did you go to medical school for? Like, I just. Like,
shouldn't we ask to get some backup here?
Yeah. What's your track record? Is your nickname at the hospital 007? Because if so, I don't know if I'm into this or not. Okay. So then he gets super cold, which I mean, like, we're horrible. And then Milton shows up. She's like, I need to get him up and running in like 9 minutes. He's like, he's not gonna make it. Why would you want to do that? And so he takes her away and he dies. But his ghost comes out and he skips the light, and he's trying to figure out this whole thing because he's never been a ghost before, right?
Right. He doesn't know how this stuff works. He's like, but he doesn't have much time, so he's gonna move fast.
Yeah. And so he takes Lucy, and now he takes Lucy to the graveyard. Now, I just want to ask you this: do we know?
He finds graveyards peaceful.
Oh, see, because I'm all like, why would you need to take Lucy to the graveyard specifically? Like, because you find it peaceful. Anyways. So then he's fighting off he's trying to get to Lucy and also fighting off the Grim Reaper.
But the Sarge is super excited to see Frank.
Yeah. So then while they're in the car, she's yelling at him and he's like, stop yelling at me. And he's got a swastika on his thing. He's like, yeah, I met Charlie. And I'm like, in charge and everything. And he's like, and then so he tells him how the Manson family, he was their sex slave for like 6 months or whatever. Was that what it was?
I was like, on that.
I was like, no wonder you needed a donut to sit on when you drove. I was like, you've got some real scarring, don't
worry, we're gonna see his scarring real soon.
And he's like, and then I love how he's like, my body is a
road
map
of my pain,
and everything. And then he goes through how he was like, one of them, he was all like, the devil's sons or whatever. I don't remember all the names of the things that he went through. Do you remember, Vetta, since we're recapping? Meat. Yeah.
His chest is hamburger meat. That's all there is to it. And he's crazy.
So then the car starts up. And he's like, I'm moving the car with my mind. He's like, I'm moving the car with my mind. And he's like, oh no, I don't want him to do that. Oh shit. And but Frank, he gets attacked by the Sarge, the military guy. And while he's doing that, Lucy is attacked by the Reaper and everything, but she's still able to get out because, sorry about it. The Grim Reaper kills the army guy, and Frank gets a hold of his machine guns. Well, you could step in here at any moment, you know. My throat is being dry.
I love watching you fumble over your words.
Well,
so Frank gets the guns from the Sarge after Bartlett takes out the Sarge, and he starts shooting him, and this is when he finds out it's Bartlett, because he melts him down to just a melty face, oil slick on the side of a tomb. But it's enough that Bartlett, there we go, that he can regenerate himself, because he slides down into the ground, and Frank gets brought back to life, and he's like, crap, I didn't get him.
Yeah. So, all right. So he is back to life and everything.
And she doesn't list her doctor friend guy thing.
Yeah. I did like how when he came back to life, he was like, and everything. I was like, that's a weird noise to make. Okay. So they go, they're like, hey, it's
Bartlett.
Johnny's back. And you need to get Patricia out of here. And she's like, Patricia never leaves the house. I'm like, we know, old lady Bradley, we got it. She never leaves the house. We need to make an exception. She's like, you get the hell out of my house and everything. And she's like, I'll go talk to mother. You stay here. I'll go talk to her and everything. So while she's here, Patricia comes down and she's like, mother says she'll go with me and everything. She's like, great. She's like, she's just packing her things. So while she's doing this, Johnny shows up. And okay, now I just want to say right now, when I was younger, I didn't understand what was going on with the top of Johnny's head, because I thought it was just a weird haircut. And I was like, that's a weird haircut. And then I finally, like, now that as an adult, I'm like, oh, because he got the electric chair. Oh, okay. And everything. And he's like, hey baby, we need to kill this bitch. He's like, and then I love how he goes, that Russian guy said he got like 52. And he's like, don't you think the record should be held by an American? I was like, this is not the Olympics, you guys. This is just a weird thing. And so while she's doing that, it's obvious that Patricia is in cahoots with this ghost devil guy. And so, and Lucy can see it, and he's like, honey, we need to kill her.
She's like petting like the sky.
She's a dog and everything. Yeah. Which, by the way, I've done that before with my. Okay, so I'll tell you a real quick story. Okay, I've done that before with my daughter when she was really little. I'll say like 4 or whatever. We were sitting at the table, and I can't remember why I was doing it, but I was just like doing this to her hair. And then finally I just go, baby, this is so weird. I'm petting your hair. And she's like a dog. And she goes, woof, 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 woof.
So I'm gonna jump on that little tangent and tell you mine. So literally last night, my husband and we went to dinner, and we're having dinner at the bar and everything. And I had like on a really soft sweater. And so my husband is rubbing the back of the sweater. And all of a sudden there's a second hand. And I just side-eye my husband like, what's going on? The lady sitting next to me is literally petting me like a dog. And I just look over at her and she's like, your sweater's so soft. And I'm like, so I literally go, I'm sorry, am I a dog and it's okay for you to pet me? And she's like, oh, did I invade your space? And I'm like, just a smidge.
Did you invade my space? Bitch, yes, you did. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Like, she literally thought because my husband was rubbing my back, she could touch my sweater, that it was okay.
That's hilarious. That's a good story. I like that story a lot. You should tell that story to a lot of people. Okay. All right. So
I wish I could have seen Ryan's face, because he was just as creeped out as I was through the whole thing. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, that's so good, though. That's so good. Okay, so they decide that Patricia is going to kill Lucy. Okay, so then Bartlett, so she's going to stab him. Okay, so they're waiting. So she decides she's going to go up talk to old lady Bradley. She's like, Miss Bradley,
she's taking too long.
Yeah, she's taking too long. And Miss Bradley is right. She is just dead. She's dead. So Patricia, she comes in and she's like, and everything, attacks Lucy. And Lucy fights her off and everything. While she does that, Frank shows up and everything. And the two, they're
Frank to the rescue.
Yeah. So they find the ashes, right? And they stop, what's his face? Johnny. And when they shoot, because he's inside this portrait or whatever, and when they do that, his spirit goes back into the urn where his ashes are, right? And so they realize that they have to spread his ashes over hollowed or consecrated ground. Yeah. Consummated. Oh, look at you, naughty, and everything. It wasn't the only thing. It wasn't just your sweater. Ryan was
right. Apparently,
okay, last night.
But my favorite is where they decide to go. Is that really the closest, like, holy grounds to?
I think so. I think so. Well, it's the hospital.
I guess it is, right, because her dad was the headmaster and lived on the grounds of the hospital. So I suppose that makes sense. Okay, never mind. My brain just caught up.
Yeah, because you can see the hospital in the back, like, yard or whatever throughout the movie. Anyways,
so they're going to the chapel.
They go to the chapel, and they're going to get married. And so they go in, and it's just a maze of fun, but they're trying to hide because Patricia has a shotgun.
And she is taped a flashlight to it. She has thought this through.
Yeah, Patricia is very like Home Improvement. Like, she knows how to get shit done. So they're going around. Now, while they're doing this, Frank sees memories of the past. I don't remember what these are called, not doppelgangers or whatever, or what are they called where you see these, this isn't real, but when you see these little
vision?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
All right. I don't know.
I know you don't know. Okay, so anyways, while they're doing that, he sees a vision from the past of how this whole thing went down from the 60s or whatever. And how
I only think he's remembering it because it says where the chapel's located, and it just so happens it's the first murder of Johnny's spree.
Yeah, but then
I kind of go, this doctor was a dick to Johnny, who was an orderly, so it makes sense on why he was the first kill.
Yes, that makes you number one and everything. And I'm all like,
he's like, hey, orderly, moron.
Yeah, I mean, don't call people morons. Like, come on, dude. I'm like,
and what yell it down a hallway in front of nuns. I mean, come on.
And those nuns could have been a little more helpful. Be like, doctor, don't call him a moron. You don't know what's going on. He could have an affliction. So he's like, I guess that makes you number one. And then he shoots that doctor. And so after he does that, he comes out of his little stupor, and Lucy's all like, she's like, Frank. She's like, what happened there? What's going on? He's like, and while he's doing that, they mention that the chapel's on the 4th floor. He's like, the chapel's on the 4th floor. And I'm like, I like you, Frank. And so while he's doing that, he keeps seeing these visions and everything. And he sees this vision of Lucy coming through the hallway with her scalpel and everything. And it's obvious Lucy is, she was back then.
Lucy's the one marking up the foreheads.
Yeah. And I just, Lucy, that's a great face right there. She's like, I'm crazy. She's just the woman that plays this, Dee Wallace. She does a great job. She plays crazy really well. Like, I enjoyed it immensely.
Too well.
Yeah. So then, okay, so while they're doing this, they get separated, right? And he goes into these patients' beds right here, and what's her face, Lucy? She gets on the elevator. But she can't go all the way, which, by the way, I just want to say right now, because so she gets on the elevator, but she's also attacked by Milton. And while they're doing this, he hides underneath the bed, and he sees the visions of the rest of the people that were murdered. 2 of them were murdered in this bed or in their beds or whatever. And the last one was a doctor or whatever, because he's all like, how many do we have, baby? And she's like, 11. He's like, that's the same as Millweather or whatever. He's like, he's like Starkweather. Thank you. Yeah. He's like, it's more than Starkweather. Look at you. And so while he's doing that, though, I just want to say right now, so Frank's underneath the bed, right? And crazy lady is trying to find him, and she's about to look under the bed, and she finally hears Lucy can't get the elevator to go up or down anymore. Like, it's stuck in between.
Because there's no electricity. Duh.
They're right. Well, my whole thing is just, how did she not hear her before when she was running from Milton and got in the fucking elevator, and the elevator's going up and down? Like, what's going on here? Like,
it shouldn't be doing anything because there's no electricity.
I mean, that's a good point too, but this is a movie, so you gotta you
I
can't
know
make
I'm
sense anymore.
drinking
No
too
more,
much
no more
water.
sense.
I
No more
get it.
sense.
I know the
No more
rules.
sense. Okay. So while they're doing that, he gets there and he finds the chapel and she's like, just take the ashes, everything. And so he's knocking out the thing. And when he does that, though, he sets the thing and the ashes go flying. And
Yes, you get some. Yeah.
Milton, you little devil, you.
Oh, and I love Milton's little speech here.
Yeah, I
Let
love how
me guess.
yeah, what I liked earlier when he was all like when he was explaining all the deaths to Frank, and he's like, you killed your wife because you were arguing or whatever, and then he's like, and he's like, what the guy at the rest? Oh, he's like, you killed Ray because you
Oh,
wanted
when
his
he
wife.
says, "What do you do? Piss
But it's on your
on your
hush
hush puppy."
puppies. I was like,
I
that's
remember Hush
funny.
Puppy shoes. I loved him so much.
Yeah, me too. I loved him too, but I was like, that's hilarious. Like, I'm like, Milton, you have a sense of humor, Milton. I'm not counting you out. All right, so right here he goes, let me guess, you have to get these to consecrated ground and they can't be opened no matter what, or they'll release an evil upon this world that can't be stopped. And he's all like, give me the ashes. And then he just like dumps them out and he's like, oops. Like Milton, Milton, comedy, timing is everything, and you've got it, my friend. You just need to hone that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Just don't show anybody your body though. You're gross.
Don't show the hamburger
stop
meat.
stop taking off your shirt. Every time you take off your shirt, Milton, nothing good happens. Nothing good.
You are revealing too much crazy. First the lead vest, then the hamburger chest. Just don't, dude. Keep your clothes on, buddy.
Yeah, and I like how he's like, and then what's his face? He grabs like a crowbar and he's like, I'm going to kill you now. And he's all like, you're not gonna stop me because I've got a machine gun. And he just shoots him in the arm. I'm all like, Milton, you're also a little crazy. And so while he's doing this, he's like, turn around. I want to see your eyes. I want to look you in the face when I kill you. And while he's doing that, Patricia comes. She's down the hallway and she points her gun at him.
And he's everything. Like, oh shit, I'm stuck between an Uzi and a shotgun.
Yep. And then so he makes himself fall to the floor, and there's Patricia, and then she's bam, yow.
I don't think that's how your head. I don't think that's how that works with the head, but I love it anyways.
Yeah, I love it anyways. And so he is now a ghost
because it is a perfect decapitation.
It is pretty good. And so while he does that, Frank falls through like 4 stories, and I'm all like, that looked like it hurt Frank.
I think this building has termites because he just
goes, boom, boom. I was like, that looked like it really fucking hurt. Like, boom, like look at that. It was just like, oh man, that hurt. Okay. And so when he comes down, he gets this last vision of Patricia and Bartlett, and they're like playing around. She's like, please stop, don't hurt me. And then then they show this, and I'm all like, what a weird fucking vision to have of them doing the nasty in the morgue. I'm all like, I'd be like, I could do without this vision, you guys. I could do without this vision. And when he comes to, there's Patricia. And Bartlett's all, manhandling her. And she knocks him out or whatever. And he's holding down Lucy. And, she chokes him out and kills him. He dies. Because they got a little stuffle. And while they're doing that, Bartlett holds Lucy down. And he's like, oh, how are you going to do it, baby? You're such an artist. And so she goes and she picks up this little like saw thingy or whatever. I don't know what those are called.
I don't know what more tools are called, but it looks like a big giant brain sawing knife. I don't know.
Yeah. And he's like, no, not that baby, not that baby. And everything. And so then she picks up this big freaking pickaxe. Yeah, a pickaxe.
Okay, what are those two things doing the same?
I was like, what is this, a mine now? What are the dwarves showing up from Snow White? What's happening? And I love how she practices with it. She's like, and then what does she say? I'm in the mood for a vivisection. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as she said that, I was like, I don't know what a vivisection is. I don't know what a vivisection is. What's a vivisection? And then my wife explained. I was like, I wish you wouldn't have told me what that is. I don't need to know. And so she's about to hurl this thing into Lucy, and then Frank comes behind her and he grabs her and he's like, not today, bitch. And so he takes Lucy and he's pulled her into the tunnel, right? And he's like, come on, Bartlett, you coward, come get your little girlfriend and everything. And she's like, Johnny. And he's like, let go of my woman and everything. And he's swimming after her. He's swimming after her and everything. And they finally gets her.
She's terrified that she's going to heaven. She is really pissed.
Yeah, she's like, Pearly gay, it's gross and everything. So he gets her, and and he lets go, and they're in the tunnel, and he makes it up to heaven. Okay. And while he's in heaven, his little friend Stuart shows up, who's wearing like the Michael Jackson jacket from Thriller, and Cyrus, who's, bald now. And they're inside the little tunnel, and they're like, we're going back, and we're going to get ourselves a score, like whatever.
They're going to get some more. Yeah.
Yeah. And so while they're doing that, the tunnel turns into, ew. It's pretty gross.
Turns into an esophagus.
Yeah, that's gross. Or a butthole. So anyways, while they're doing that, these little creatures come out, and they just like totally ransack these two into their orifices.
I'm lane to hell.
Yeah, one of those went in their pee hole. One of them did. I was like, that sucks. Okay, anyways, so they go to hell. Look at that little worm. It's gross. I don't even see eyeballs on that thing. Anyways, so then they're in heaven. Miles in heaven. I like how they're like the everything's great here, and he's like, and of course the honeys, and I'm like, that's not how heaven works.
Stuart's a stud here.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And so then his wife shows up, and she's like, hey Frank, it's time to go. Oh, sorry, I missed his wife. She's like, hey Frank, it's time to go back. She's like, be happy. And I'm all like, if that was me in my position and my wife showed up into heaven, I would be like, do not be happy. You better be single for the rest of your life. Don't find anybody else. Don't find love. I was like, there's no such thing as love anymore. You're mine forever. So then he gets pushed back to Earth. And I like his
they go back to his body. Yep.
And Lucy's like, how did this happen? He's like, the rule that dem to rules. And so he tears down the house because he's, I don't know, going to build a new one. I don't know what he's doing. Tearing down.
Lucy doesn't want to live in a house he's building for some other woman.
I mean, that's a good point too. And she's like, I have to tell you something. And I was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, but then the sheriff shows up, and he's like, hey, I got some vacation time. Why don't we write a book together? And that'll be my
Ouija boards by the
gazillion of, which I just want to say, you don't need that many Ouija boards when you're contacting the dead.
Patricia didn't seem to know that.
Patricia just wanted, and I love how she had a collect phone call to the underworld or whatever. Anyways, but you only need one Ouija board, just so you know, and they're like $11 at Target or whatever.
Buy them in the game section at any Walmart or Target.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, this book could be my ticket off the force. And I'm like, don't you get a pension when you're on the force? I'm like, it sounds like a pretty nice to me. And you're kind of old. You could retire.
And apparently you're in a small town where nothing happens. And Frank was the hottest news, and he did nothing. So
yeah. And he's all like, that's not really my style. So no. He's like, okay. He's like,
your sidekick may want to help you.
Yeah, your guardian angel. And he's all like, Frank, you got me. And there's Milton. And
he's pissed.
He's pissed. And I like how she goes, man, Dammers looks really pissed over there. And then Frank gives her the look of like, wait, what? She's like, hey, sometimes a traumatic experience can alter your perception. And meaning, and when she wasn't going to tell him that she was pregnant, she was going to tell him that she can see ghosts now.
Yeah.
And then she does this thing where she puts
grabs her blanket,
which I didn't like that part. I thought, I was like, no, that's dumb and everything. But at the same,
too
soon. And then that's where the movie ends. Like, and we get the all our lives. But by the way, when that was going on during the credits, I was going thum 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 thum. I need more cowbell. So that was the end of the movie. And I have to just say that I hadn't watched this movie in a really, really long time, but I loved every minute of it watching this movie.
I mean, for them to, at the time this movie came out, it was considered a flop. I'm like, how? This is so good. I love it so much.
Probably because they didn't make that much money, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, like, if you watch it now, it's just so good. Like, I'm all like, how can you not love this movie? Okay, so I wanted to ask you a couple questions before we wrap things up. But I wanted to ask you if you wanted to mention anything before we wrap things up, and I ask you my little question.
No, we talked about everything. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Who was your favorite character throughout this entire movie?
Okay, so it was a really, really hard toss-up, and I did debate, but of course I went with Milton.
Of
He
course, Milton,
is
yeah.
amazing. It was either him or Magna for me because she's
Oh,
so
gotcha.
fucking dramatic.
See, it was either Magna, no, not Magna. It was either Milton or Patricia because Patricia, just her going ha, 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 and like laughing like all crazy the whole movie just made me so happy. Like every time she did, I was like, I feel like me and Patricia would be friends. Like we would be friends. Like I'm not into murder, but I just love how crazy she is. Like I'm all
See, and
about
that's why I think you guys couldn't be friends because
it.
she would be trying to recruit you and you'd be like, I don't think so. And then
You
she'd be like,
know,
oh, but now you know, so you must die.
yeah, I'd be like, Patricia, you said vivisection earlier. I don't know what that is. I think, yeah, maybe you're right.
And if you have to show me to explain it to
Yeah, yeah,
me, I'm
yeah,
not really good with blood.
yeah. I'm the worst with
You're
blood
the
and
worst
everything. I'm
with
the worst
blood.
with blood.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. She'd be
That's
like,
why you
I'd be
would
like,
be terrible at murder.
yeah. I feel about blood the way Milton feels about women yelling at him. So okay.
You're all like,
But you had mentioned a movie with just Milton in it. I'm not gonna lie. Now that you said that, I would totally watch that movie because I don't know if I could watch him getting, be a sex slave by the Manson family for,
I don't think anyone could
but
watch that.
but at the same time, I'm all like, I could see something with Milton in it.
I want just
um,
him like that part where he opens up his chest and like, this is a map of my pain. I want like the movie to be him saying that and then going, okay, so this one, and then it flashes to like what's going on, like where he was in that cult or whatever was going on. I just think there's a missed opportunity for the Milton
for sure.
story.
I agree. I agree. Okay, so last thing I'm going to ask you is overall, what did you think about this movie and would you recommend?
I love this movie. There are some slow points in it that I'm like, let's keep on moving here.
Right.
But overall, love it, would recommend it. Even if you saw it in the 90s when it came out and you didn't like it at that time, I go rewatch it. You're older. You're tasting comedy. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if I would have saw this in 96 when it came out in the theaters, Milton's sense of humor probably would not have appealed to me. In fact, I don't remember loving Milton even a smidge as much as I love him these days, but my humor has gotten much more darker the older I've gotten. So,
I agree. Yeah. No,
and over the top dramatic ladies like Patricia or Magda, again, wouldn't have been like, they're amazing. But now I'm like, I love them.
yeah, I agree. I also like when you say Magda, like that actress, I'm all like, she made a choice and it was a good one. It was a good choice. It was a good choice. Okay, I agree with. I really love this movie too. Like what rewatching it was such a good trip down memory lane. I was just like, I forgot how good this movie was. It was so good, and it was like you said, well, I thought Milton was funny back in the day, like when he was like, "What do you do? Piss on your hush puppies." I
That's
laughed
a
at that part.
classic line. I
I
want to
laughed at
use
that
that
part too.
now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. You're just all like, you're just like, you're just talking to your husband. What did he do? Piss on your hush
No, I
puppies? And
want
he's
to
like,
use it
what?
with
What?
mom.
Oh,
What
that'd be great. Yeah, I'll use it with mom. What are you talking about? What is she talking about? Hush puppies. Anyways,
I do. We need to make sure that the next time at a family gathering, we can somehow work that in so one of us can go,
whenever she's
what did they do? Piss on your
Don didn't close the door. It's cold and the dogs are gonna get out. Oh, what did you do, mom? Piss on your hush puppies. We should do that. That'd be great. That'd be so good. And I would also recommend this. This movie's so good. Like it's just one of those movies. Like if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. It's
Yeah.
a really, really good movie. Okay. Now that we've done that, we're going to wrap things up, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us and everything.
We much
Make
appreciate it.
We really do. We really do. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. Also, if you do listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review, you guys. We would really appreciate it. And it helps us out tremendously. You have no idea. Also, we will be posting a video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. And that's at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, you guys, we do have a Patreon if you guys are interested in that. And what we do over there is we review movies and everything, but we review movie franchises. So we've done Jurassic Park, we've done the Twilight series, we've done the Scream series and everything. And we just go through all of the movies and everything. We recently did the I Know What You Did Last Summer. But go check it out over there. There's plenty of different levels to suit whatever needs and interests you have over there. The link for that will be in the description down below. But most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.